I'm Lara. Today we'll be doing a Vinyasa basics class. So great for beginners or anyone who's just wanting to take practice at a little slower pace. And we'll get started today on our backs. And I'll show you what you're going to do on your back just in case you can't see. When you lay down with your knees bent up, you're going to open up your arms like this. So go ahead and come down onto your back, knees bent up and your feet planted. And have your feet and knees about hip distance apart. And go ahead and take that shape with your arms where your elbows are open out to the sides, elbows are bent, palms are facing up. And just take a moment to puff up your chest, let your shoulder blades lift off of your mat, roll the shoulders down the spine, and then set your upper back down again. Just creating some more space for your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. And feel free to let your eyes relax closed here. If there's another position of the legs that's more comfortable for you, feel free to do that. You can extend your legs straight or touch your feet together with the knees open out to the sides. And as you start, you can just have your eyes relax closed. And we'll take the first few moments here, just settling down into the body, settling into the breath. So feel your face soften, just checking in with the body. And we'll take a few rounds of deep breaths together. Take a big full breath in through the nose, expanding through the lungs fully. Inside out through the mouth, let it all go. And again, full breath in through the nose, expanding through the lungs. Inside out through the mouth, let it go. And one more full breath in, expanding through the belly, ribs, chest. And through the mouth, let it go. And then on this next round of breath, take that same full breath in through the nose. Pause at the top of your breath and keep your lips sealed. Breathe out through the nose as well. And then starting to keep your lips sealed, take your breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And creating that rhythm of an even breath in and a balanced breath out. Simply connecting with your breath, watching the breath as it travels in and out of the body. And if you'd like to invite in an intention for your practice, you can take a moment to set one, any positive thought for yourself or for anyone else who might need it. And last few breaths, just feeling this openness across the chest, steadiness of the body. And gently start to open your eyes up. And go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed and softly rock side to side, just giving yourself a little massage on your mid and lower back. And keep your knees in towards your chest. On your next inhale, as you breathe in, reach your arms all the way back behind you. Exhale, roll over to either side. And then use your hands and arms to press yourself up to seated. We're going to come towards the front of our mat into a tabletop position. So resting on all fours onto hands and knees, wrists underneath the shoulders with the fingers spreading wide. Knees and feet are about hip distance apart. And with your inhale, start to let your belly melt down as you take your gaze forward, widen across the chest, cow pose. Then as you exhale, press the earth away with your palms, round up through the spine, chin to chest, into your cat pose. And continuing with the breath, inhale, lower the belly. Lift the hips, lift the head, gazing forward, open through the heart. Exhale and round up through the spine. And just do a few more rounds on your own, moving with the breath, mobilizing the spine, finding a stretch. And then after your next round, just coming back to neutral, back to all fours. So feel the length of the spine here, from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Hug the ribs in, lengthen forward through the crown of the head. And then start to take your right arm out towards the right side with your palm facing down. You want to try to keep your shoulders at the same level. Naturally, you might reach your right arm higher. And from here, bend your right elbow, take your fingertips behind the head. And on your next inhale, lift your elbow up towards the sky, turning your chest open towards the right side. And then as you exhale, crunch in and touch your right elbow to the inner edge of your left elbow. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the elbow up. Exhale, crunching in. 1 more time. Inhale, lifting up. And then crunching in. And then on your next inhale, lift the elbow up and then reach your right fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Circle your arm towards the back of our space and then gently bring it back down onto your mat. Just take a moment to stretch your wrists. Turn both of your hands so they're pointing outward towards the edges of the mat and rock side to side. Just feel the weight shift. And point your fingertips back forward. We're going to flip over one palm at a time. So you can start with your right hand, flip your palm over, fingers point back towards your knee. This might be plenty of pressure and stretch. You might like to also rock side to side here, gently lean back to intensify the stretch on the wrists. And then go ahead and switch sides. Right fingertips point forward. Flip your left palm over with your fingers pointing back towards your knee. And you can stay here again. You can gently rock. You can lean back a bit. And steady full breaths in and out. And point your left fingertips back forward. And again, just find your position of wrists underneath the shoulders. Hug your core in. Try to keep your chest at the same level. Reach your left arm out towards the left. Palm is facing down. Just find that extension from your right shoulder across the chest to the left shoulder, all the way out through the left fingertips. And take one more inhale. Keep your core strong. Then as you exhale, bend your left elbow. Take your fingertips behind your head. Inhale, lift this left elbow to the sky as you turn your chest open. And then exhale, crunching in, left elbow to the inner edge of your right elbow. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the elbow up high, turn your chest open. Exhale and crunch in. 1 more time. Elbow up towards the sky. Exhale, crunching in. And then inhale, lifting the elbow up. Reach your left fingertips all the way up. Circle your left arm back and circle it down to your mat. Walk your hands back as you sit onto your heels. You can have your feet flat or toes tucked under. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, take your hands and lace up your fingers behind your back. Draw the heart space open. It's fine to have your elbows bent. Just squeeze them slightly together. Squeeze the shoulders back. And gently stretch your neck. Draw your chin down towards your chest. Stretch the back of the neck. And we'll make these little half circles. Take your right ear over towards your right shoulder. And then start to come back through center. Take your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Just coming side to side. Come back through center, chin in towards your chest. Lift your gaze. We're going to rise up onto our knees again. Circle your arms up at the same time. Inhale and reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Come back to your tabletop position. And walk both of your hands just a couple inches forward of the shoulders. Now tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back, downward dog. And feel free to pedal your feet out. You can bend one knee in at a time, just walking it out. Stretching the ankles, calves, backs of the legs. And we'll stretch here together with your inhale. Lift your heels up high, rise up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, gently release the heels back down. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, lifting the heels up high. Exhale, release the heels back down. And one more with the breath. Inhale, heels lift up high. And gently release the heels back down. Walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands, coming up to a forward fold at the top of our space. Rise up halfway with a flat spine, heart forward, shoulders reach back away from the ears. Exhale and fold it back down. And then with your inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms up, touch your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And we'll do some half salutations, movement and breath together. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. Rise up halfway, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deep fold, back down. And then rise all the way to stand on your inhale, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to heart space. And a couple more rounds. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway, lengthen. Exhale and fold. And rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. One more round. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold back down. And rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. And exhale, bring your hands down to the heart space. And on this round, sweep your arms up, lift up through the fingertips. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold, and keep your right foot in front. Take a big step back with the ball of your left foot. Gently lower your left knee down to your mat. You can wiggle your left knee back an inch or two, point your left toes back, and then start to rise, lifting up through the arms, through the fingertips. And as you exhale, open through the elbows, open up through the chest. Take your fingertips behind your head and keep your chest open. And at the same time, hug your lower ribs in and just feel the elbows drawing back. So you're working into the shoulders, stretching across the front side of the body. Take one more inhale breath here. Keep your elbows open. As you exhale, twist to your right. And still keep your elbows open. Feel the shoulders drawing back. And steady breaths. Stay with your breath in and out. And take your right fingertips, reach them back. And then take your left fingertips and reach them forward. And steady breaths, just now opening up across the arms. Take your left hand underneath the shoulder and start to reach your right arm up to the sky. From here, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, and press your back leg straight as you turn your chest open. Take one more inhale breath. Circle your right arm back behind you, take it all the way down to your mat, and then take a big step forward all the way to the top of our space. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down, and rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, let it all go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with the ball of your right foot. Gently lower your right knee down. You can point your right toes back. Wiggle your right knee back an inch or two. Lift up through the arms. Stretch up through the fingertips. Strong through the core. Take one more inhale breath here. Exhale, open up through the elbows, widen across the chest. And then take your fingertips lightly behind your head. So do the work to stretch your chest open, and at the same time hug your lower ribs in. So you're engaging through the core. Take another inhale, tall spine. Exhale, turn your chest while still keeping your elbows opening out towards the sides. And steady breaths. Try to relax the shoulders down the back a bit. And then reach your left fingertips back, reach your right fingertips forward. Find this big stretch across the fingertips. Take your right hand underneath the shoulder. Keep stretching your left arm up to the sky, shoulder stack open. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee off the mat. Feel that leg turn on. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel your spine twisting. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale, big circle with the left arm towards the back. Take it down to your mat. And then hug your core and step it back to your downward dog, pressing the hips all the way up and back. Spread through the fingers, ground into the feet, and with your inhale, shift forward to plank position, shoulders over your wrists, reaching back through the heels. Strong core. So you can always use your knees onto the ground for a more modified plank. Or for a little bit more challenge, you can keep your knees lifted. Take one more inhale breath here. And then exhale, simply press your hips up and back to your downward dog. So the distance between the hands and feet in plank and downward dog should be the same without having to shift your hands and feet around. Do that a couple more times. So inhale, lengthening forward through the heart, shoulders over the wrists, heels draw back. Exhale, lift the hips up and back to your downward dog. One more with the breath, heart forward, shoulders over your wrists into plank, strong core. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back. This time, inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Again, you can use your knees if you need to. Lean your heart forward. Keep your elbows close to the body. We're going to pass through chaturanga. Try to keep your body all in one line as you lower down to the earth. Point your toes back, flattening the tops of the feet down. Bring your hands by your low ribs. And as you press strongly into the feet, lift up to Cobra Bhujangasana, opening up through the heart space. Exhale, gently release back down. Two more with the breath. Inhale, lifting up through the heart. And gently release. One more with the breath. Inhale, lifting up. And gently release back down. Strong through the core. Tuck your toes under. You can use your knees to help press you back up to plank. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Relax your head and neck between the arms. Take another full breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. And walk your feet all the way up to your hands, coming back up to your forward fold. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold it back down. And then rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. With your exhale, bring your hands down in front of the heart space. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Now keep your right foot in front. Take a big step back with the ball of your left foot. You want your feet to be planted about hip distance apart. So you might move your left foot a little bit out towards the left. All your toes are pointing forward. Your back heel is lifted. Strong core, rise facing forward up to your high crescent, lifting up through the arms, through the fingertips. Exhale, open up through the elbows, open through the chest. Bend your elbows a bit more as you take your fingertips behind your head. And again here, opening up through the heart space, hugging your core in. Tall spine, take one more inhale. Use the muscles of the back to help twist you open, keeping your elbows out wide. And steady breaths. Breathing in this twist. Reach your right fingertips back, reach your left fingertips forward. And just finding that openness across the chest, across the arms. And then take your right hand to the back of your left leg, nice and gentle. Sweep up through the left fingertips. Inhale, you can gaze up towards your left fingertips. And then exhale, circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Step it back to your downward dog. Press the hips all the way up and back. Inhale, shift forward to plank. You can use your knees if you need. Slowly lower all the way to the belly, strengthening through the body as you lower down with control. Toes point back. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, rising to cobra. Lift through the chest lightly. Exhale, gently release back down. Strong core, tuck your toes, press up to plank. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. You can walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands, back up to the top. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale, deep fold, back down. Rise all the way up to standing, sweeping arms up, touching your palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhaling, hands to heart space. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with your right foot. Set up your feet hip distance apart. Back heel stays lifted. Core is engaged. We're going to rise to balance, high crescent, sweeping up through the arms, through the chest, through the fingertips. Exhale, open through the elbows, widen across the chest. Bend your elbows a bit more as you take your fingertips behind your head. And again here, open through the heart space. Hug your ribs in, tall spine. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale, twist, keeping your arms open over towards the left side. Steady breaths here. And take your left fingertips back. Reach your right fingertips forward. Breathing your twist. And take your left fingertips to the back of your right thigh. Inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. You can gaze up. Exhale, circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Step it back to your downward dog, lifting the hips all the way up and back. Inhale, shift forward to your plank position. Slowly lower all the way to your belly with control. You can use your knees if you need. Lower all the way down. Point your toes back, pressing the toes down into your mat. And then take your fingertips off of your mat, but in line with the shoulders. Elbows are lined up above your wrists. Come up high to your fingertips. Press into the feet. Take a little higher back bend. And you can take your feet a little bit wider. Make sure your core is engaged. We're going to make these circles with the chest. So bring your chest down lower, circle towards the right, up a little bit higher, and then over towards the left. And then start to go in the opposite direction. And come back to the earth. Bring your hands back by your chest. Engage your core, press up through your hands and knees, and then sit your hips all the way back towards your heels again. You can sit on the tops of the feet or tuck your toes. Inhale, circle your arms up towards the sky, touch palms. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And rise up onto your knees. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale into your child's pose. Inhale as you lower the belly, lift the hips, lift the heart space. Exhale, round up through the spine to your cat pose, and then shift your hips all the way back towards the heels into your child's pose. Let yourself take a rest. And soften the forearms down, let your shoulders rest and relax, and take a few more steady breaths in and steady breaths out.
Take another full breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. And as you're ready, start to rise back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. Walk your feet all the way forward up to your hands. Come up halfway with a flat spine. Exhale and fold it back down. Rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. From here, take a big step back with your right foot. We're going to turn towards the right side of your mat. And you can wiggle your feet out a bit wider and have your heels in, toes out. Open up your arms out to a T. And then start to bend into your knees, into the squat, keeping your arms out wide. And then from here, start to bend both of your elbows. Take your fingertips behind your head. And then just start to simply turn your chest towards the right. Keep your elbows open. Come back through center. Turn your chest towards the left. Keep your elbows open. Come back through center. And just go side to side. 2 more times on each side. But do the work to keep your chest open, really stretching those muscles in the front of the shoulders. And come back through center. And reach your arms out again. Find that big open reach. Press into your feet. Reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And we're going to walk your feet together. And then just turn all the way back towards the top of your mat. Circle your arms up. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Touch palms. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Good. Now take a big step back with your left foot. You're going to turn towards the left side of your mat. Wiggle your feet out wide again. Heels in, toes out. Reach your arms out to a T. And then bend into your knees, back into the squat. And again, bend your elbows, take your fingertips behind the head. And this time, we're going to take your right elbow over towards your right knee. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, left elbow over towards the left knee. Inhale, coming up through center. 2 more on each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale and lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale and lift. 1 more time. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift. Reach your arms back out to a T. Feel the legs working. Stay here a little bit longer. Relax the shoulders. Stay with your breath. And steady breaths in and out. Challenging the body and also challenging the stamina of the mind. Can you stay for a couple more breaths? Maybe sit the hips down a little bit lower. Press into your feet. Circle your arms all the way up. Stand up nice and tall. Touch palms. Exhale, hands to heart space. Walk your feet in towards each other. Turn towards the top of our space. Back to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, fold forward and let it go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Step it back to your downward dog. And just grounded in your downward dog. Let your head and neck relax between the arms. Take another full breath in through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. And walk your feet all the way back up to your hands. Coming back up to your forward fold at the top of our space. Rise up with a flat spine. Exhale and fold it back down. Keep your right foot in front. Take a big step back with your left foot. And spin your left heel down. So look at your alignment of the feet. Right toes are pointing straight forward. Your right knee is stacked over the heel. And your back foot is angling in. We're going to open up to Warrior 2, lifting your chest up. Circle your left arm all the way back as you open up through the chest. Turn your palms to face down. And steady breath. Try to focus your gaze over your right fingertips. And from here, reach it back to reverse warrior. Take your right elbow and bend it. Take your fingertips behind your head. Lean your chest open a little bit. And reach your right fingertips again towards the back of our space. And circle your hands all the way down to your mat. Take a big step forward to the top of our space into a forward fold. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Rise all the way up to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold. Now keep your left foot in front. Take a big step back with your right foot. Spin your right heel down. So left toes are pointing forward now. Back foot is angled in. Align your left knee over your left heel. Rise up through the chest. Circle your right arm open all the way towards the back of our space. Warrior two. And again, focus your gaze forward over your fingertips. Chest is open, grounded through the feet. And flip your left palm to face up. Reach it back to reverse warrior. And then keeping your legs in the same shape, bend your left elbow, take your left fingertips behind your head, turn your chest open a little bit more. Take this left hand, reach it towards the back of our space again. Reverse warrior, circle your hands all the way down to your mat, plant your palms down. Step it back to your downward dog, lifting the hips all the way up and back. Shift forward to your plank position or modified plank with your knees. Exhale, lower slowly, chaturanga all the way to the ground. Toes point back, hands are by low ribs. Inhale, open up through the chest, cobra or upward dog if that's part of your practice. And tuck your toes, lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward dog. Take another full breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. And gently lower your knees down. Again, shift your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Take a few moments to rest. Another full breath in and a full breath out. And start to come onto your hands and knees. Come down onto your forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders, and try to keep your forearms parallel if you can. If you have really tight shoulders, it might be more comfortable and supportive to lace up your fingers instead. So if you have your forearms parallel, spread through the fingers, press into your palms. And from here, start to extend your legs back into a forearm plank. And try to get a line from the heels, through the legs, through the tailbone, through the spine, through the shoulders, through the crown of the head. If you need more support, lower your knees down, still working on the core strength. Press into the forearms, steady full breaths in and out. Strengthen the core. 2 more breaths in and out. And if your knees are still lifted, gently lower them down, point your toes back, and gently lower your hips down onto your mat. If you had your fingers laced up, separate your forearms so your forearms are parallel, coming into the Sphinx pose. So strong, pressing into the tops of the feet. Feel the legs activate. Hug your core and widen across the chest, opening up through the heart space. Take one more inhale breath, opening up across the chest. And as you exhale, stack your palms on top of each other, open your elbows out to the sides. Either rest your forehead on top of the hands or turn to one cheek and rest your head down on top of your hands. You can let your legs relax out. And if you're turning your face to one side, just switch to the other side so both sides of your neck get a little stretch. Come back up through center with your forehead to your hands. And lift your head up so you can bring your hands by your chest. Press up through your hands and knees. Take your hips back. We're just going to swing our legs forward to come up to seated. You can face towards one side of your mat. I'll start to turn towards you. And you're going to extend your left leg out towards the left side and bend your right knee so that your heel is right in front of your hips. And steady breaths, sitting up nice and tall. And from here, just take your left hand on the inside of the left leg with your palm facing up. Take your right arm up towards the sky. And then bend your elbow, take your right fingertips behind your head, and take a moment to open up your chest towards the right. So this hand can press against the leg to help turn your chest open. Find that stretch. And then turn your chest back through center. Reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. We'll take a side bend over towards your left leg. Stretch to the side of the waist. And breathe space into the right side of the waist. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Take your hands behind your hips so you can support yourself to switch sides. Bend your left knee, foot is in front of the hips. Take your right leg out towards the right. And flex this right foot, so make sure your toes are pulling back towards your shin. Don't let this foot be lazy. Take your right arm on the inside of the leg with your palm facing up. Inhale, sweep your left arm up towards the sky, and then bend this left elbow, fingertips behind the head. Turn this elbow open, turn your chest open towards the left side. And you can use this right hand just gently pressing against the right leg. Sit up tall. And breathe into this space. Turn your chest back towards the front, and again, inhale, stretch your left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, sweeping over towards the right side. Side stretch. And breathe here. Lengthening the side of the waist, stretching all those muscles in between the ribs. Inhale, coming back up. Hands to the outsides of the hips. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. Knees open to the sides. Hands to the tops of the feet or around the ankles. Again, sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. I'll be here for 3 more full breaths in and out. Melt into it. And gently use your hands to press yourself back up. You can use your hands to fold the knees up. And start to turn back towards the front of our space. Come back down onto your back. And then open your arms out to a T if you have the space, or again, you can bend your elbows as we started. Come into a twist. Knees to the left. You might bump your hips a little to the right. Your gaze can stay up. You can look over your right shoulder. And feel the body starting to experience ease and rest and softness. And bring your head and your knees back up through center. Switch sides. You can take your hips a little to the left, turn your knees towards the right. Look over your left shoulder. And bring your head and your knees back up through center. Bring your hips back in line with the spine. Hug your knees into the chest. One more time, find gratitude for your body. And just start to gently relax your arms down, relax your feet down. Take your time, stretching out long. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Make this your most comfortable pose. So if it's not comfortable to extend your legs out, you can bend your knees up. You can open your knees out to the sides. You can roll on one side for a fetal position if that's more comfortable. Let it be all about rest. Let your eyes gently relax, close. Before our deepest rest, just one more full breath in through the nose. Through the mouth, let it go. Allow yourself to receive all the benefits of your practice. And feel your eyes relax back, feel your jaw relaxed. Shoulders are heavy, belly soft, hips heavy. Relaxing all the way down through the arms, into the fingers, and all the way down through the legs, into the toes. Allow yourself to feel calm and rested. Enjoy this time with nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. I welcome you to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. And if you're about ready to close up your practice, take a fuller breath with me. Big, deep breath in through the nose and through the mouth. Sigh it out. On your next inhale, still keeping your eyes relaxed, close, reach your arms all the way back behind you. Feel a nice long stretch. Start to gently bend your knees up, plant your feet down onto the earth, roll to one side gently, and use your hands and arms to gently bring yourself up to your meditation seat. And touch your palms in front of the heart space. Reconnect to your intention. And end with gratitude for your practice, for the time you've carved out for self-love and self-care. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.